Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at some pulp horror from Wargames Atlantic as I check out their new zombie box set. Okay, so the Pulp Adventure box of zombies from Wargames Atlantic contains 30 of the delightful multi-part zombie friends. On the back we have a breakdown, the most versatile box of zombies ever made. Nondescript rags, so they could be any type of clothing you want to paint them into, and a stunning number of heads, 75 unique, allowing you to do all of these periods. The majority of which are modern heads, which is nice. So let's have a look at what you get in the box. Okay, so you get 5 sprues. Each sprue allows you to make 6 zombies, and you can see here the set itself is relatively simple. We have 6 bodies, torso and legs complete on a puddle base, a selection of arms, left and right, including 2 lurking down here, and then the heads. And that's really where the game is played, because all of the heads, arms and bodies are completely interchangeable. So let's zoom in a bit and take a closer look at these. Okay. So let's talk heads. There are multiple types, and if we start at the top here, you'll see we have Roman, wearing the classic early Imperial Roman helm. We also have 2 baseball cap, a couple of workmen, a couple of woolly caps. Above those, British soldiers, World War I, with the pan helm. We also have a set of Norman or Viking heads, so conical helm, nasal bone, a few spectacle helms in there. Coming up, we have Western heads, so Stetsons, flat caps, sort of pushed forward brim like a prospector. Tricorns for your 16th, 17th century, so that sort of period, sailors, soldiers, highwaymen, whatever. And then into the middle, we have the bodies themselves. So in a variety of shambling poses, plenty of rags with holes and rips in there. We have some French shako with tassels and the like. And then down from that we have our arms. Only one hand on the entire sprue is holding something. Everybody else is just grasping or gripping. Towards the top we have some German Stahlhelm for World War I. We have Adrian helms for your Soviet Guards or French. We also have stovepipe shako, so you're British. And then we have more modern helmets, so firefighter, British bobby, another fireman, American style, police officer. And then at the very top we have 6 bear heads. So with every hat option, or hat head, if you will, there are 6. So an entire sprue can be built as Western, modern, Viking, Norman, Roman, British, French, Napoleonic, World War I, German, World War I, British, whatever you happen to need. There are sufficient heads in here to do that. And if you're going to go into the modern period, where you have your police, your firefighters, the woolly hats, the construction workers, and the bear heads can obviously be used for any period. That pushes your options up for more modern things. So for playing The Walking Dead or Pulp Adventures with Bob Murch's sort of stuff, then you've got plenty of options in there. The heads themselves, let's see if I can find a set that are all the same way up and same way round. British Napoleonic, you shall be my example. So the faces are the same for each head type. So you get a screamer missing an eye, somebody missing a lower jaw, somebody missing half a jaw. And then those heads are replicated in each of the hat types, if that makes sense. So there you go. That is the sprue. let's bring in some of the zombies. Okay, so we have a selection of incoming zombies. So we're going to start with a Napoleonic. Builds very quick, just the arms off, the sprue and onto the body, and then the heads. They have a flat neck, so you've got possibility to rotate up to 180. I suppose you could rotate further if you wanted, because, you know, zombies. And the ones with the half chins, where they've lost a bit, there's still enough flappage falling down that it masks the join. Obviously, if you're using a decent polystyrene cement, the join will be completely obliterated because it will be welded together. But with a paint job of the relevant colors, white and blue, red, grey, whatever it happens to be, then you can easily make them your British or French uniforms, which is what they've gone for. Here we have a Tommy. And World War I French. And World War I German with Stahlhelm. Well, that being said, if we take Frenchy heads away, the British and German helmets could easily go into a World War II zombie game as well, because people aren't going to notice these slight differences on them anyway, especially whenever you come to run over their head with 30 zombies. Then a couple of decided from the Americas. So we've got one cowboy from the 1800s for a bit of the old weird Wild West. If you're playing something like Dead Man's Hand, there are obviously the Curse of Dead Man's Hand, the schlock pulp lists in there, where you can have zombies and voodoo barons and all sorts of things going on. So it's nice to have those. Or if you fancy being a bit more of a dandy highwayman, or a War of Independence, tricorn hat wearing soldier. And obviously they would work for both British and the Continental Army, because they both wore tricorns. Again, you just need to paint your rags in a relevant uniform colour. So Imperial Rome and a Anglo-Saxon, or Anglo-Daen, or Viking with spectacle helm. You want to do some Draugr, or a bit of Cthulhu Invictus in ancient Rome. Some of the arms, the sprue gates, are close to bends or joins, so where the wrists are, that sort of thing. So there's a bit of sprue left when you clip them off. I haven't done any additional cleanup. There's nothing that's going to be so problematic that you won't be able to get in to actually clean those pieces off. And there's a good degree of posability with the arms, so you can have them right out, grabbing or dragging behind them, two arms the one length, like a workman on a Friday afternoon, not wanting to do anything. So here we have a couple of police from both sides of the pond, and a baseball cap wearing fellow. Size-wise, let's use our Bobby, because they used to have to be 6-footers, not these days, to eye level, or where the eyes used to be, hollow rotten sockets, I think, are the way to go. But yeah, for any historical period you want, and this didn't even cover all the various types of heads, this was just a look at 12 different kinds of zombie. But you're more or less covered for the majority of gaming you want to do. And if you're doing any fantasy games, then just some of the conical heads or just the bear heads will do you rightly. All right then, 30 plastic zombies in a box. Have at ye, as they say in France. Fantastic collection of heads. It's just an insane amount, and they've got just enough detail on the bodies, shall we say, with the addition of raggedy bits, that if you want to play Silver Bayonet or 7TV or something pulp-ish, you can put them into modern day with The Walking Dead. You can have them in Napoleonic Wars. You can have them in the Renaissance, back to ancient Rome. There's just a ton of options in there simply by adding the heads. And if you're doing any sort of main building, so if you've got Wargames Atlantic's Romans or Irish or whatever you happen to be grabbing, then the simple addition of maybe the occasional weapon or a shield being added on, that sort of thing, just to knock it up a level, start doing a bit of kit bashing, can't be overlooked either. But just as a solid foundation for a range of horror, the zombies are absolutely top notch. And I think there'll be an awful lot of people picking these up for a lot of mass battle games, because, 30 zombies in a box, well, that's a horde right off the bat. So I'll be having those, please. Let me know what you think below. Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.